November 1st, November 1st, 2019 will definitely go down as the greatest SmackDown of all time. Definitely will. So, we had NXT invade SmackDown because NXT is now part of Survivor Series. And also at the start of the show we had Brock Lesnar, and I want to talk about this because I was actually thinking about this yesterday. So yesterday was Crown Jewel, and Brock Lesnar successfully retained his WWE title, and the Fiend Bray Wyatt became the brand new Universal Champion. So SmackDown had two world champions, and we saw on SmackDown today that Brock Lesnar has quit SmackDown. He's quit SmackDown and he's going back to Raw. He is going back to Raw and he's quit SmackDown permanently. You can't quit SmackDown 1 week just to go hunt for Rey Mysterio and then come back to SmackDown. He quit. He's quit SmackDown, he's going to Raw. That's basically what he's doing. He's basically being transferred over to Monday Night Raw. Now some of you may think, well, how does this make any sense in a way? Do you guys remember when Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were traded? They were traded to SmackDown, and Triple H said that Raw would get a future pick in their place. And who was it? It was none other than Brock Lesnar. He was the one that was obviously traded. They obviously thought this through. WWE obviously thought this through, because if they didn't think it through, they would not have done it. So either it was that. Well, I think I know the second reason why they did this. The second reason why they would have done this is because Paul Heyman is the executive of Monday Night Raw. And obviously he would want Paul Heyman is the advocate for Brock Lesnar, so he would obviously want Brock Lesnar on Raw. So that's reason number 2 why I think this has happened. And reason number 3 is something that I think could be possible. It's either that WWE really wants Brock on Raw, and Fox Sports would have been like, okay, if you have Brock, we get Ronda Rousey when she comes back. That could be possible as well. So yeah, I thought pretty hard about this when I saw this happen yesterday at Crown Jewel, and I was like, it actually makes sense. It actually makes sense for Brock Lesnar to go back to Monday Night Raw. Some people could say, well, it makes sense for Rey Mysterio to go to SmackDown. Actually, it doesn't. Actually, I don't think it really doesn't make sense. I think it makes more sense if Brock Lesnar goes to Monday Night Raw. And when people were telling me, they're like, oh, why would Fox let Brock Lesnar go? Why would they just let him leave? And I'm like, he's the WWE champion. He's the WWE champion. Monday Night Raw needs a world champion. Monday Night Raw can't have no world champion. Fox can't do anything about it. And my 4th reason why I think they moved Brock Lesnar to Raw is because maybe they wanted The Fiend more. Maybe Fox wanted The Fiend more than Brock. So, those are my 4 reasons on why I think they've moved Brock to Raw. Honestly, it's much better off that way. Because, and again, Monday Night Raw needs a world champion, so I think it makes sense for Brock Lesnar to go over to Monday Night Raw. And yes, this means for the first time ever, the Universal and WWE Championships have switched brands. The WWE Championship is going back to Raw for the first time since early 2016 before the draft. That's what that means. And the Universal Championship is being on SmackDown for the first time ever. Also, a plane delay also happened for SmackDown, so half of the matches that happened on SmackDown didn't happen, like Roman and King Corbin didn't happen because Roman and Corbin were stuck in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, then we had this NXT angle, and in my personal opinion, NXT really shined. They really showed that. It just shows you that NXT can make Monday Night Raw and SmackDown great. I hope they do this more often. I hope WWE realizes that this is good, and they should keep doing this. Like, this was one of the best shows we've had all year. But yeah, Brock Lesnar's gone. He's now quit to Monday Night Raw. And the first match we had happen was Bayley versus Nikki Cross. Bayley got the win here. It seems like Sasha Banks has now been medically cleared to wrestle because she's like taking bumps, like she's getting smacked around, she took a couple of bumps for Nikki Cross, and she even took a bump when Shayna Baszler came in and attacked Sasha and Bayley when the match was over. Bayley got the win. Bayley got the win over Nikki Cross, which was quite obvious. But Shayna Baszler came in, beat the crap out of Sasha and Bayley. Next we had Sami Zayn get brutally attacked by Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. Don't really care much for Matt Riddle. Next we had Miz TV. Next we had Miz TV, and out came Tommaso Ciampa. And Tommaso Ciampa ran about how he's the greatest sports entertainer. And then the Miz made a challenge to him. And we got a match between Ciampa and Miz, and it was a decent match. I'm not going to say it was too bad. It was a decent match. I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And Ciampa got the win. And more importantly, the commentary was different as well. Mark Cole and Corey Graves were not there. It was Tom Phillips, Renee Young, and Aiden English. Aiden English was there for the first match, for the Bayley-Nikki Cross match, but he was not there for the rest of the show. Some person by the name of Pat, I forgot how you pronounce his last name, but his name was Pat, and he was on commentary, and he was basically showing favoritism for NXT. He was showing a lot of favoritism when the NXT wrestlers were in there. He was condoning what NXT were doing, especially with the next match after the Tommaso Ciampa one. And also, he was out of his chair like he was about to celebrate that Tommaso Ciampa pinned The Miz. I think I found my next commentator that I do not like, but hopefully it was just a one-off thing. And yes, I know a lot of people may say, I know I heard one person say that he doesn't mind him because he's got a lot of good energy and he didn't sound scripted, which is fine. Everybody has their opinion. So next we had Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They were about to be in tag team action against Carmella and Dana Brooke, but then Bianca Belair attacks them backstage. And out came Rhea Ripley and Tegan Nox. Now, I love me some Rhea Ripley, don't get me wrong. She's Australian just like me, so of course I was going to be happy to see Rhea Ripley. Mandy Rose gets squashed in this match. Mandy and Sonya, they both got squashed equally. They both got destroyed in this match. Now, I may not like seeing Mandy Rose get squashed, but to be honest, it was Rhea Ripley. I can live I was okay with Rhea Ripley squashing her because, it makes sense. It makes sense. Squashes like this is what I'm okay with. It doesn't depend on who it is. I was kind of more okay with it because it was Rhea, but a squash like this made more sense because Sonya and Mandy were not ready for Rhea and Tegan. They did not expect Rhea and Tegan to come out and brutalize them. They were meant to wrestle Carmella and Dana Brooke. So this type of squash, I'm personally fine with. I'm personally fine with it. I'm more okay with a squash like that. So, I'm not too upset. So, yeah. Thought I'd give you guys a heads up because I know how some of you, because you guys know me, I get very upset when I see Mandy Rose, being brutalized because when this day and age with this day and age, fans out there these days like to use the blonde hair excuse when people get pushed, and I'm always like, well, look at Mandy Rose. She's a blonde and she never gets pushed. So yeah, personally, I was okay with this. I was okay with this squash. So then we had Daniel Bryan backstage with Triple H, and they made a match between Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole. Daniel Bryan would only accept the match if the NXT Championship was on the line, and Adam Cole accepted the challenge. So when Adam Cole came out, he only had Roderick Strong with him. So, where was Kyle and Bobby Fish? Maybe they're going to invade Raw. There were still some people that were not there, so maybe the ones that were not there are going to invade Raw. So, we'll have to wait and see. So then we had Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole in the main event for the NXT Championship. What a beautiful match, man. I loved this match. This match was so good. I knew Adam Cole was going to win. But at the same time, though, the match was so good, it made me think Daniel Bryan was actually going to win. The match was so good. Triple H was getting all concerned when Daniel Bryan was nailing his finishes on Cole. The storytelling was great. The commentary was actually good, that Daniel Bryan was really teaching this guy, teaching Adam Cole. It was just a great back and forth match. And at the end of the day, Daniel Bryan went for his running knee. He went for his finisher, the running knee. But then Adam Cole gets Daniel Bryan with a super kick from out of nowhere, and then he heads up to the top rope, nails the Panama Sunrise, and then into the last shot. And Daniel Bryan was in clean. I was expecting a screwy finish, like the Undisputed Era was probably going to run in, save Adam Cole, but no, it was just a straight up clean pin. That is what I love. I love a good competitive match, and there is a decisive winner. None of this bullshit DQ, none of this bullshit countouts. I prefer a competitive match with a clean winner. And you know what else was even brilliant? The finishes were protected. It only took one last shot. It wasn't like Adam Cole nailed the last shot earlier and Bryan kicked out. They made Adam Cole's finisher look a lot more devastating because he knocked out, because he nailed it once to Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan didn't kick out. So yeah, personally, I was very happy with SmackDown this week. I thought it was definitely one of the best SmackDowns we've had all year. Definitely, no question about it. NXT at the end, Triple H grabbed the microphone. He declared a war since NXT is now a part of Survivor Series. And I think this is great. It's definitely going to showcase NXT. I cannot wait for some of the matches they have planned. I'm very looking forward to it. So there you guys have it, guys. There is my thoughts and opinions on SmackDown this week. You guys let me know what your opinions were on the show. My personal opinions, I really enjoyed the show. It was very good. And yeah, you guys let me know down below. What did you guys think of the show? And I'll definitely see you all tomorrow for more Women's Showcase mode. See you then.